Cesaro Meza Torres, commonly referred to by his alias El Mini 6, was a Mexican suspected assassin of the Sinaloa Cartel, a criminal group based in Sinaloa. He was the son of Raul Meza Ontiveros, a leader of the Sinaloa Cartel. By the age of 15, Meza Torres aspired to be like his father and become involved in organized crime. He was popular on social media for posing with pictures with his weapons, for following his father's footsteps as well. Meza Torres' pictures later served as an inspiration for other teenagers aspiring to join organized crime in Mexico. However, his criminal career was short-lived. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at Raul Meza Torres, Sinaloa Cartel's youngest hitman. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. Meza Torres was killed at the age of 18 following a routine traffic stop in Zapopan, Jalisco on 25th of April 2010. According to the police, Meza Torres and one of his accomplices were pulled over, but they tried to intimidate the policemen by flashing their weapons. When the officers ordered them to turn themselves in, Meza Torres killed one officer but was mortally wounded by another. He was taken to a private hospital and was pronounced dead that morning. Cesar Raul Meza Torres was born in Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, on 31st of October 1991. His birth certificate was registered in Cosala, Sinaloa on 7th of February 1992. His parents were Raul Meza Ontiveros and Ida Elizabeth Torres Felix. His father was reportedly a high-ranking leader of the Sinaloa Cartel, a criminal group based in Sinaloa. His mother was a sister of Javier Torres Felix and Manuel Torres Felix, who worked alongside his father. Meza Torres was often referred to by his alias as El Mini 6, in reference to his father, whose alias was LM6. He was also nicknamed Raulillo and Raulito, diminutives of his middle name Raul. Many of Meza Torres' relatives were involved in drug trafficking, just like his father. Several of Meza Torres' relatives, including his father, uncles, and cousins, have been killed by security forces, rival criminal groups, or arrested for their alleged involvement in organized crime. Meza Torres was also romantically involved with Teresa Zambada Niebla, sister of imprisoned Sinaloa Cartel leader Vicente Zambada Niebla and daughter of Ismael El Mayo Zambada, a high-ranking Sinaloa Cartel leader who his father and brother-in-laws reported to. Since he was young, Meza Torres aspired to be like his father. By the age of 15, he got involved in organized crime activities in the Sinaloa Cartel and began following in his father's footsteps. He joined the Sinaloa Cartel as one of its young assassins. On social media, he had multiple pictures of himself posing with firearms. Most of them were uploaded by him or his friends. His friends admired him and often commented on how he was poised to become as influential as his father. Meza Torres was popular on Facebook and Metroflog, and his image later helped inspire other young Mexican boys to pursue careers as organized crime hitmen. On the 9th of October 2007, a few months after his father was killed, Meza Torres was pulled over by the transit police in Las Cuentas neighborhood in the Culiacan for driving an armored vehicle without license plates. He was subsequently arrested after not having paperwork that accredited him as the legal owner of the vehicle. He was a minor at the time and was with two other underage boys, Brian Raul Rodriguez Verdugo and Jesus Arle Perez. In the police report, Meza Torres' address was in the Villa Satellite neighborhood in Culiacan. Meza Torres found himself in more legal trouble 2 years later. On the 19th of June 2009, he was drag racing in Las Cuentas when the transit police showed up. When the police arrived at the scene and ordered the two vehicles to stop, several gunmen got out of their vehicles and began shooting at the officers. A shootout between the transit police and the assailants broke out. The gunmen eventually fled the scene and abandoned one of the two vehicles. When state authorities arrived at the location to investigate the crime scene, they discovered that the abandoned vehicle was owned by Meza Torres, and that there was a license plate inside the vehicle that corresponded to one stolen. At the scene, they discovered FN 5.7 by 28mm, .223 Remington, .38 Super, and .45 ACP cartridges. One policeman was injured in the attack. On the 25th of April 2010, Meza Torres was killed in a shootout with the municipal police officers in Zapopan, Jalisco. The confrontation began in the early hours of the morning when police officers were patrolling the Las Aguilas neighborhood, in the intersection between Sierra Tapalpa and Avenida 18 de Marzo streets, and noticed a vehicle they found suspicious. When the policeman ordered the vehicle to stop for a routine search, Meza Torres and his accomplice, Fidel Rojas Felix, taunted them by pulling their weapons out and shooting straight up into the air. The officers asked them to calm down and turn themselves in, but both men then attacked the officers. Meza Torres killed a police officer, Jaime Vicente Morales Dominguez. He died instantly after being shot in the head. Police officer Jose Luis Monroy suffered 3 gunshot wound injuries in his hand, leg, and thorax. However, Monroy was able to respond to the aggression and mortally wound Meza Torres. After seeing that Meza Torres was shot, Rojas Felix attempted to flee the scene by jumping onto the rooftop of her property. He was arrested there by other policemen. The police confirmed that both men were from Sinaloa. At the scene, the police officers confiscated a .38 Super used by Rojas Felix and the 9mm used by Meza Torres handguns, 22 rounds of ammunition, and 2 cartridges. Rojas Felix was taken into custody by state officials from the International Homicide Office of the General Prosecutor, where the government would determine his criminal status. When interrogated, Rojas Felix stated that Meza Torres and him had met with Ignacio Nacho Coronel Villarreal, a suspected leader of the Sinaloa Cartel, days prior. He also stated that the weapons they were carrying were owned by Coronel Villarreal. Investigators asked Rojas Felix to discuss the topics covered in the supposed meeting and to help them locate the property where it took place, but Rojas Felix said he could not remember. The investigation reached the Subprocuraduría de Investigación Especializada en Delincuencia Organizada, Mexico's former organized crime investigatory agency, but they declined to investigate. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned and we'll catch you in the next video.